Welcome to your October reset. So for this video today, I'm going to really be focusing on like reading plans for October. Spooky season, Halloween, it is like one of my favorite times of year next to Christmas. And so I'm gonna be trying to read lots of spooky books, a little bit more thrillery kind of things this October and all of that. So clearly in order to do that, I kind of need to know what I'm doing. And so for October, I am participating in 3 readathons that are literally like back to back to back. And they're all really chill, they're all relatively easy to get done, and I'm sure they'll be a lot of fun. So the 3 readathons I'm doing is the Fox and Wood readathon with Lexi's Patreon. I'm doing Liv's Libraries readathon, and then I'm going to participate this year in Vampireathon. Did I get that right? Vampathon. It's a new one, I haven't done it yet, with Jody and on her channel. So first things first, you guys are gonna help me kind of write up the prompts, and you're not gonna get to see them because they're secret, except maybe Vampathon. But I know for sure Lexi's and Liv's, I won't be sharing the prompts. I'll share the books that I'm gonna read for it, but I won't be sharing the prompts. And then I gotta work on that. I gotta build that TBR for the month. And then also I'm going to do a week of Stephen King. So my entire life, the thought of Stephen King movies, books has like flat traumatized me. It's nothing I've ever been interested in. And so I decided I'm going to grab the bull by the horns and I'm going to go full on Stephen King for at least probably the first full week of October. Maybe the first 2 weeks, depending on the books that I get and the length, because what I really want to do is I want to get the book and then I want to watch the accompanying movie. And so my plan for that in particular is to read The Body, which is a novella, which is the movie Stand By Me is based off of. And then I want to read The Shining, and then watch The Shining. And then I want to read the sequel to The Shining, Dr. Sleep, and then watch the movie for that. So, and The Shining and Dr. Sleep are pretty thick books, and so it might take me a little bit longer, so it might be like a 2-week type vlog for that. So that's step 1. That's like the first part of October. Now I need to build my TBRs for the other readathons I'm doing. And then I need to match all my calendars for the month of October. So the calendar on the kitchen wall, my planner, my phone, they all have to match, and everybody in this house has to be on the same level. We all have to know what's going on at any given time. So there you have it, my friends. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with building the TBRs for my readathons. Let's go. Hello, welcome back. Okay, so I think I got it all figured out. It took me way longer than I wanted it to, but it's interesting trying to plan 3 readathons for the month. And because of what happened with Battlethon, and I decided not to continue with Battlethon, I'm not gonna like overdo it. I'm not gonna push myself. And so a lot of the books that I picked for each readathon, it fits several prompts, so it works out. So no, I'm not doing 6 books for a readathon. I'm probably doing 3, if that, you know, and I'm not gonna, you know, push myself to do that even. If I can't do it, I can't do it. So anyway, let's start with what we're kind of looking at for the first part of October. And so like I said, that's gonna be my Stephen King. I'm gonna do The Body and watch Stand By Me. And then I'm gonna do The Shining and watch the movie. And then I'm gonna do Dr. Sleep and watch the movie. We'll see how it goes. Because it's not that I don't think I can do it, it's just that Stephen King is a lot and I'm scared to read him. He's intimidating, you know? He's definitely intimidating. So I don't have those books yet. I will make sure I get them though before I start filming all of that. And my aunt has several of them, so I may be borrowing them from her, and we'll go from there. So then the next readathon is the Fox and Wood readathon with Alexandra Roseland and her Patreons, and that goes from October 13th to the 20th. I have my notes, so if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. So the premise for Lexi's readathon is that we're having a masquerade ball in our little secret society, and we basically have to make it to the ball. We have to find the pieces of our ticket and make it to the ball. That's the general gist of it. So whereas I can't tell you what the prompts are, I can tell you like what we're looking at. And so the first step is the skeleton key, and then you go into the dining hall, and then the magician's parlor, and then the common room and the haunted library, the alchemist lab and stargazing tower, the secret passageway, and the magical masquerade is at the end. So I'm not going to tell you what those prompts are. I've been told not to, which is fine. Those are specifically for, you know, Patreons, but I will tell you the books that I'm going to read. Now, I don't have all of them. No, I don't have all of them, but I will be getting them because I am doing some book shopping adventures between now and the time it starts. And so for the skeleton key, the common room, the haunted library, that's it. For those 3 prompts, I'm going to be reading The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy. I am really excited to read this book. I've had this on my shelf for a while, and I wanted to read it, I think last year, but I just didn't get the chance. And so I'm kind of excited to read it. It says, Hart Ralston is a marshal tasked with the patrolling of strange and magical wilds of Tarnhenria. It's an unforgiving job, and he's got nothing but time to ponder his loneliness. Mercy Birdsall never has a moment to herself. She's been single-handedly keeping Birdsall and Son Undertakers afloat in defiance of sullen jerks like Heartache Hart, the man with a knack for showing up right when her patience is thinnest. After yet another run-in with the merciless Mercy, Hart finds himself pinning a letter addressed simply to a friend. Much to his surprise, he receives an anonymous letter in return, and a tentative friendship is born. Little does Hart know he's bearing his soul to the person who infuriates him most. And so I read Divine Rivals, and I really liked Divine Rivals. And so I feel like this gives me Divine Rivals vibes, so here's hoping. Yes, I'm very excited. So yeah, that'll fit at least 3 prompts for the readathon, so go me. So then for Secret Passageway, I'm going to read Agatha Christie's Halloween Party. We went and saw A Murder in Venice. It's the inspiration for that movie, and it was so good. You guys, I loved it. I loved every second of it. So, Halloween Party by Agatha Christie. At a Halloween party, Joyce, a hostile 13-year-old, boasts that she once witnessed a murder. When no one believes her, she storms off home. But within hours, her body is found, still in the house, drowned in an apple-bobbing tub. That night, Hercule Poirot is called in to find the evil presence. But first, he must establish whether he is looking for a murderer or a double murderer. Agatha Christie needed to create an exceptional detective to outthink every reader, and Hercule Poirot is the result. So excited. I'm very excited to read that one. And then one I don't have that I'm going to read for the Magical Masquerade is The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic, which rumor is it's like Gilmore Girls-esque, and it's got witchy vibes and all this kind of stuff. I don't really know anything about it, but I am excited to read it, and I'm gonna get my hands on it before this readathon. That's the goal. So then the next readathon that I'm doing is the one with Liv's Library, and it's with her Patreons as well. Oh, my battery's about to die. Hello. Sorry if this angle is a little different. My battery died. Okay, so let me fix you here. Perfect. The next readathon, couldn't think of the word, that I'm doing is the one for Liv's Library and her Patreons, and that's October 20th through the 26th. So it literally like picks up the same day Lexi's is over. So it works out, right? So this one really only has 4 prompts, and we're following like a game board, or we could do a bingo board. And I might do some of the stuff off the bingo board, but we'll see how I feel about it, what's all going on that week. And so I got all the prompts figured out for that one. And so for that one, the prompts are the lair, the spooky library, the graveyard, and the witch's brew. And so for that readathon, I'm going to be reading 3 different books, and it fits all 4 prompts. Go me. So the first book I'm going to read for the Lair and for the Graveyard is My Roommate is a Vampire. I'm really excited to read this book. I don't really know anything about it, but it looks wonderful and I've heard great things. So I'm very, very excited to read this book. And then for the Spooky Library, I'm going to read The Writing Retreat, where basically, I believe, from my understanding, this author goes on a retreat, a writing retreat, and then someone ends up dead. Yes, spooky all around. So we'll see. I don't know, we'll see what happens. And then for The Witch's Brew, I'm gonna read The Kiss Curse, which is technically the sequel or the follow-up book to The Ex-Hex, which I read last Halloween and really enjoyed. So, but this one is following Gwen and Wells Penhallow. So I'm excited to read that one. Little fun, little romancy, spooky thing. So there you go, that's that readathon. And it's that one's easy. That one's gonna be easy, very chill, I love that. So then for the last week of October, so the 27th through the 31st, that's Vampathon. And it's very chill, it's hosted by Jody, it's very chill, it seems very relaxed. So for this one, I'm gonna follow more of the bingo board. There's like so many prompts. So I just kind of wanted to focus on books that I had or books I was going to have by the time this one started. And so that's where this comes in. And so there's all kinds of different prompts. It's focusing on like spooky stuff. You want to focus on spook. And I wanted to do a week of just vampire books because I'm reading Dracula for a buddy read, and so I really wanted to focus in October on just reading vampire books. I used to love vampire books. I've read Twilight, I read Interview with a Vampire, I read anything that had vampires in it, and so part of me wants to go back to those roots, and so I want to read those vampire kind of books and just try to enjoy them again. So for Vampathon, I'm going to focus on just the bingo board. I looked at the bingo board, compared the prompts to the books I had, and I just kind of went from there. And so whether I get all of these done depends. Let's just be honest. Like I don't know if I will, but we're gonna try. Okay. So for Vampathon, I have 1, 2, 3 books also that I am reading. Yeah, but I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the prompts. Let's show you what I got. So for the bingo board, I am doing Blood on the Cover, Read a Book in the Dark, Witchy Vibes, Set in a School, Book That Frightens You, Supernatural Main Character, and a Vampire Book to Movie. So for Blood on the Cover, probably reading a book in the dark, a Book That Frightens You, and a Vampire Book to Movie. That is where I will be focusing on Dracula by Bram Stoker. And I love this book. I love this cover. I mean, it's so cool and so spooky. And so I'm very excited. I've never actually read it, and it is because it scares me. Like, this book legit, I don't know what it is. It just seems like it's intimidating. We did the play in high school and we had a whole lot of fun with it, and I've seen the movie. I've seen lots of versions of the movie, but I've never actually read the book. So, hashtag goals. So this is gonna fit several of my prompts. So then for Witchy Vibes and a Supernatural Main Character, I'm gonna do How to Fake Date a Vampire. So again, it's a vampire and she's a witch. So it works out. So you got your Witchy Vibes, I got my vampire, and it's for free on Kindle Unlimited. So that'll be fun, and it's a cute little rom-com. Why not? Why not? So then for Set in a School, I am gonna get my hands on Hunting Prince Dracula by Carrie Maniscalco. I read Stalking Jack the Ripper and I really, really liked it. And so I really want to read this one, and it is set in Romania, so it's gothic-y. It's Hunting Prince Dracula, so we're looking at like Vlad the Impaler, that kind of thing. And so I'm excited to read that one. So there you have it, friends. That's my TBR for the month of October, and my plans and my goals. Again, I'm not going to push myself. If I don't get something done, I'm gonna really try not to feel bad about it. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So then there's that. So now the next thing I have to do to reset for October is to set up all my calendars and actually make my little TBR things on Canva. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna work on the calendars first because I need to get everything updated for October. We're doing a lot of movie watch-alongs, and I'm going out of town in October with Justin, and it's just spooky season, so we try to find things to go do. It's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So let's get that started and join me for that. Why won't you? Okay, so now that all of my calendars match, we are gonna hop on Canva and use some of the fun little artwork and stuff that I was given for these readathons, and we're gonna put my little TBR's graphics together and see how it goes. And then we're gonna do my nails because it's spooky season and we're getting into October, and so we're gonna do some fun nails. I love doing press-on nails, even though I don't actually do the self-adhesives. I take those off the back of the nails that I'm going to be wearing, and then I actually do glue them on because they stay longer that way. So we'll see how it goes. These are pretty cheap, but I don't need them to last long. I've got spiders that I need to do too. So I got these, I got spiders, I got another spooky set I need to use through the month of October. So we're going to do that also after I get my little graphics together. So let's go. Okay friends, I think that is it for this particular vlog. I'm gonna do my nails. I'll show you a little bit of b-roll of that, but that's pretty much it. That is my October reset. I think I am ready to go. I am prepped, I am prepared for the month and what it's going to bring. So yeah, so why don't you let me know down below, like, what are you reading? Are you participating in any of these readathons? If you are, like, what are you reading for them? Are you excited for them? And then just kind of let me know what your October looks like. So until next time, my friends, I hope you are living your absolute best life, you are loving yourself to the fullest, and you are reading some really, really great books. And I will see you next time. Bye!